You surprised a lot of people and they thought that, there's a potential of you going pro. When did you start weighing a decision on whether to stay or go to the NFL draft?
Well, I thought of it, halfway through the season, the way I was going, and, it hadn't been done. And I started considering it then. And towards December, obviously where I was and with the Groza. And, obviously I didn't come out with it, but I took that into a factor. I told myself if I win it, then there's probably a good chance that I'll leave. But then again, after, I started practicing here, getting ready for Pasadena. And, I felt like I had a great season. And this past week, since we've been back, it's been a tough decision-making process, calling people, talking to people. And but I feel that I talked to the right people and made the smart decision, like Coach Fisher says. And just looking forward into 5 to 10 years from now where I will be. So.
What is that smart decision for you?
Just we looked at all the factors and everything and what benefits me and there's less risk. If I stay, obviously, I can bump my stock up a little more to say. And the NFL is a business, and we looked at everything. What ways is better for me, and with me staying, I feel like it'll benefit me in the long run, being a 3-time All-American, hopefully being a 3-time All-American, have another chance to win the Groza, and just solidify myself as the best kicker coming out of Florida State history.
Talk about, how important it is to look at all the factors and not just look at one or two things and make maybe a snap decision.
Yeah, obviously, going through the season, and since I've been a freshman, I said, if I do good, for 2 or 3 years, I can get out of here early. But that's when you're young and you think about that. Obviously right now you think about if I leave, I'm going to get drafted either way, and that's money coming in. So you get all excited and you're so close to the NFL that you think about it and you want to go. But after talking with all these people, and some people said you should go, some people say you should stay. But talking to the right people like Coach Fisher, my parents, praying about it. It's just beneficial in me, finishing my degree. That's very important. No one can take your education away from you. And just all these little, things that just benefit me more for staying. So that's why I made that decision.
And you talk to guys who have made each decision to go and to stay, and they talk about how Coach Fisher helps them in that. How big of a role does he play, and how great is it to know that you can trust him to give you an honest evaluation?
Oh, Coach Fisher, man, we had a couple of talks this past couple of weeks, and long talks, 45-minute an hour talks, and just putting my trust in him. He's a great coach, and he's like a father figure to me, and I trust him in everything, and he knows. He's been here. Like he says, he's like, I've been 20. He's like, you haven't been 49. So, he knows. He's been through that experience. He's, told me stories about, life lessons, and, I trust in him, and I know he's going to help me either way, Staying here another year, he's going to put me with the right people to, to get my legs strong and just become a better overall athlete and a better kicker next year.
Well, what's priority number one for you in this off season and the spring? What are you focusing on?
Priority is going to be building leg strength, making my legs stronger and I would say healthier, less injury prone. Which, I had a couple injuries last year during the spring last year, which kind of set me down a little bit. I feel like I didn't have enough strength this year, but this program that I'm going to start this year is going to make my legs stronger. He's going to be able to hit the ball much more farther, and that's what I'm really looking forward to, just working smarter, cutting down weight and just being a better athlete, being a better kicker.